Youngman. I'm the executive director with Christian Music Broadcasters. We're so glad you're here today. We've got so much in store. We're excited about momentum. It's 10 years. 10 years. Can you believe it? Just the vision back 10 years ago of the board of Christian Music Broadcasters has continued to flourish over the years. And we're excited to share what's going to happen. Now, you might be an old timer and have been all those 10 years, which is great. You're going to learn something through this webinar because we've got some new stuff to share. But if you're a first timer, this is a great opportunity for you to see what you can hear and be able to take it away so that your momentum experience is amazing, because that's what our hope and our goal is for you. Okay, before we get started, if you could join me in prayer, that would be awesome. God, we're so thankful for the ministries that you've called us to serve in. And we ask, Lord, that as we're looking towards momentum, that it would just be a time of refreshment, of renewal and growth, not only professionally, but also personally. And God, we know that you have orchestrated every speaker, every artist, every attendee. And I just ask that you would speak to all of us. And we would also ask, Lord, that you would protect us from any hurricanes, as we have been praying for a long time for that as well. In your name I pray, amen. Okay, everybody, thanks again for joining us today. We are going to dive into so many things, but our webinars would not be possible without Mark Ramsey Media and his sponsorship of our webinars. It's because of him that we can do these every single month. It's always on the second Wednesday of every month at noon. And so if you are a Mark Ramsey fan, you know how amazing he is. If you don't know Mark Ramsey, make sure to check him out. He's got the mrmchristian.com website. He also has what's called a Faith Bright newsletter. And one actually just came out yesterday, I think. And it is called, Does Your Talent Know What a Story Is? And so if you're not getting these newsletters from him, go to his website, again, mrmchristian.com, and sign up for them. He's also, since we're talking about momentum, he's also going to be speaking this year. He's doing a survey that's kind of what we're calling a mood of the members. So he's going to be sharing on our industry's temperature gauge and what are our challenges and what are our struggles and where are we thriving. And so we're excited that he's going to be a part of momentum this year. Well, as I mentioned, momentum itself too would not be possible without our sponsors. And we've got our 3 premium sponsors: Compassion, Convoy of Hope, and I Still Believe, the movie from Jeremy Camp. And there are premium sponsors. You'll be seeing them around. And where we need your help is we need you to spend some time and thank them, because of them, momentum is able to be cost effective for you. So that's super important for us. And as you start planning for momentum, you may be tempted to maybe plan some meetings. And what we would ask you to do is take a look at the schedule. It's online. If you could make your meetings outside of the momentum schedule, that would be amazing, because our momentum leadership team, the CMB staff, have worked so hard at making an incredible momentum just for you. And we don't want you to walk away without all the tools that we're trying to provide for you. And also, we couldn't do momentum without these sponsors, and they want to see people in the room, and they want to be able to connect with people on so many different levels. And so we would just ask, take a look at the schedule, plan meetings outside of our scheduled events, and I promise you, you will not regret that, because you're going to be learning so much and be so inspired by what takes place at momentum itself. Okay, I'm going to turn this over to Brittany Watley. She is CMB's event manager. She's going to log on. Before she comes on, I do want to tell you there is a Q&A feature on this webinar. So if you have questions throughout, if we haven't covered something that you have a question, we want to make sure we hit everything. So at the end, I'll come back, I'll answer any questions for you. So feel free to use that chat feature. So everybody say welcome, Brittany.
Hi, Michelle. You guys, yes, you're gonna probably want to use that Q&A feature, because we are covering a lot of ground in the next few minutes. We're gonna walk you from the beginning of momentum all the way to the end. And I have to say, you know, I started coming to momentum as an attendee, and then joined the leadership team. And now I'm on staff, and it's taken me years to understand all the things that momentum has to offer and all the possibilities. So We're going to do our best to break everything down for you. Plus, like Michelle mentioned, there's a lot of new stuff. So whether you're like, you don't have anything new to share with me, yeah, we do, because there's a lot. So I'm going to dive right in. Feel free to ask questions along the way, and we will address those at the very end. But hopefully we cover everything, and you're like, I have no questions because these people are awesome and they gave me all the details. I'm going to go ahead and reference, though, we're going to be referring to the website a lot. So you can also check there for pretty much everything. We try to keep it all up there if you have any questions, cmbonline.org. Okay, I'm taking a deep breath, and here we go. Before you get to momentum, there's a lot to do. So we can't even start talking about momentum until we talk about all the things you need to do leading up to it. So before you get there, you need to book your hotel. If you haven't booked your hotel, that's okay. We have a room block for you at the Lowe's Royal Pacific Resort in Orlando. It's $180 a night in our block, and the cutoff is August 2nd. So there's still time if you haven't. And there's a lot of perks for using our host hotel. Some people are like, oh, I can get it cheaper down the road, which is totally fine. But you need to know the perks about staying in our hotel is that you get free parking on site. And here's a little thing that not a lot of people know. You get an express pass that's attached to your hotel key. So the express pass is when we send you to the parks on Wednesday night, you get to go to the front of the line and not wait as long. That's awesome. So there are perks about the hotel, and we really try hard to keep that room rate down for you guys. And it is a beautiful hotel. It's been newly renovated in the last couple years. It's amazing. Okay, transportation. To get to the hotel from the airport, we suggest that, first of all, you book your plane tickets or driving or however you're getting to momentum, that you make travel plans to arrive on site by Tuesday, September 3rd. We get started first thing this year on Wednesday morning, so you're not going to want to miss anything. Get there that Tuesday night, and then we suggest that you fly out on Saturday. We're going to be wrapping up Friday evening, so that, and you know, maybe pretty close, so you may be able to leave Friday night, but we suggest that Saturday, September 7th. For transportation, there's a few different options. Number one option is to carpool because it's cheaper that way. You can use the shuttle. The shuttle runs every 30 to 40 minutes. One way is about $22, and round trip, hey, it's a bundle deal, is $34. There's a taxi option, which I don't know when the last time I was in a taxi, but hey, if taxis are for you, they have that option for you. It's about $45 each way. And then there is Uber. In Orlando, they only allow Uber Select, and that costs about $55 to $65. Again, find a buddy, ride with them. It's even cheaper that way. Okay, so that's all the get your flight, get your hotel. Then there's also opportunities at Momentum to get more out of your experience. So when you register, there's some options when you register that you can click on. The first one is the aircheck clinic. That's one-on-one sessions during Momentum for both on-air talent and program directors. We have top talent coaches this year. I'm going to list them all because they're amazing. Beth Bacall, Chuck Finney, John Frost, Alan Mason, Rob Wagman, Lisa Williams are all going to be there, and they'll give you air check feedback and techniques while encouraging you on what's working. I know a lot of times air checks seem scary, but these guys really want to figure out how to make your show better, give you ideas, and they're amazing. And so you can sign up for an air check when you register. You can also sign up for a digital checkup. Digital checkups are brought to you through Jacobs Media's digital specialist. His name is Seth Ressler, and he will assess how your station's doing in that digital realm. This is kind of newer. We've been doing air check clinics for a while. We launched these, and spots got full. So we've doubled days that you can sign up for a digital checkup because it got full so quickly. So you can sign up when you register for that. And then the last thing you can sign up ahead of time for are Momentum mentors. So if you're new to Momentum or a college student, we really think this is a great opportunity for you. It's where CMB is going to pair you up with a leader in our industry that's going to show you the ropes during Momentum. So they're there to invest in you, answer questions, introduce you to others just throughout Momentum. And it's just a cool way to meet new people. If you've already signed up for Momentum and you're like, blah, 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 Britt, I've already done that, and I actually think I should have signed up for one of those, no problem. You can go ahead and email Andrea at cmbonline.org, and she will make sure to get you connected with one of those slots. Okay, are you already exhausted? Because I am. Woo! Okay. Also, you're going to want to download our app ahead of time. this is like workbook on crack because you're already on your phone texting all your people, looking on Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff. So go ahead and download the app ahead of time. It's just one less thing you'll have to do. It's going to have everything you need for momentum right there. The schedule, artists, performances, speaker bios, you name it, breakout opportunities that you can choose, like all of it. So you can get the app by searching under Christian Music Broadcasters in the App Store or Google Play Store. Okay, that's pretty much a lot of the things you need to do ahead of time. Oh, besides register, you can't do that on site. So here to tell you more about that is Andrea. She handles all of our registrations and communications. Take it away.
Hey everyone. Goodness, 2 months away. I'm so excited. It's like a big family reunion. I can't wait to see all my friends and meet those who I haven't met yet. But anyways, aside from that, first things first, I just wanted to go over kind of where we are on our registration pricing. I'm going to assume all of you have registered, you booked your flights, got your transfer or got your hotel, all of that. But for those of you that haven't, just so you know, gold members, your registration is included in your gold membership, but please, please, please make sure that you have registered. Silver members, your registration cost is $5.99, and non-members, if you are just coming, obviously aren't gold or silver, your registration would be $8.25. But just an insider tip, been trying to let people know, our silver memberships are $189. The silver member discount registration is $5.99. That's less than $8.25 if you do the math. So anyways, if you're on the fence, you're like, should I become a silver member or even a gold member, or should I come as a non-member? Sign up for the silver membership. You'll also get a ton of member benefits along with that. So anyways, I digress. Also, if you have a spouse or you want to bring a kid or one of your kids or two of your kids or whatever, and you want them to be able to eat with you, attend sessions, all of that, they will need to be registered. And we do have a special registration rate for them of $4.25. Also, our international registrants have a special discounted rate of $4.25 as well. And college students, we really are about investing in the future. We want our college students to attend, and we want this to be cost effective for them. So $189 is their registration rate. So if you have any students in your life that you think would benefit from Momentum, bring them. We would love to have them. So all of these prices will stay the same from now until registration closes, which is August 23rd. So please make sure that you are registered before then. We will not allow any walk-up registrations at Momentum. So please make sure you're registered. If you think that you might have registered, you're not positive, we did open registration in January. I know that was a while ago. Please feel free to reach out to me, Andrea at cmbonline.org. I would love to look that up, make sure that you are registered. Let's do that now before we get to Orlando and you don't have a name tag or any of that good stuff. So anyways, that also, if there's any question, you would have gotten a confirmation email from us if you've registered. So anyways, any question at all, please reach out to me. So that is basically registration. Some of you may be wondering now, what does it look like the very first day I get to Orlando? And with our new schedule, as Britt mentioned, we are going to open our check-in and info booth on Tuesday. So you fly in, get settled, come over, visit us. We'll be open 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Tuesday to get you checked in. And then that way, Wednesday morning, you can go straight to breakfast and devotions and you don't have to worry about standing in line. So we will also be open though, if for some reason you're getting in later on Tuesday evening, we will be open starting at 7:30 a.m. on Wednesday. And the same for Thursday and Friday, and we'll be open the entire time there are events going on during the day. So Also, when you get to the check-in booth, you will get your name badge and your goodie bag, which we all love a good goodie bag. But your name badge is something super important because it gets you into everything. It gets you into all the sessions and it gets you into all the meals. If you do not have that with you, you won't be able to get in, and we'll have to send you back to your room. So just make sure you have that with you at all times. You also may be wondering what all is included in my registration. I mean, obviously, aside from all the sessions, all of your meals. So from Wednesday breakfast to Thursday dinner, Friday dinner, everything is included in all your meals are included. And you also will be receiving a ticket for Islands of Adventure on Wednesday evening. So the last thing that you'll be getting at the check-in booth when you come and check in is a Momentum match card. A lot of you are familiar with this, but for our new registrants, this is going to have a list of all of our booths that are going to be in the exhibit hall. And so we just want to encourage you to take this, go visit every single one of them, get the booths to stamp your card. You bring it back to us at the check-in booth and we will give you a free t-shirt, and they are awesome this year. So you're definitely going to want to do that. They are first come, first serve. Once we are out of them, we're out of them. So make sure that you take advantage of this. Also, once the card is complete, we will take it and enter you into drawings to win prizes through the 3 days that we're together. So anyways, that's a lot of information in a very small amount of time. So if you have questions about any of it, please feel free to reach out to me, Andrea at cmbonline.org. I would love to hear from you all, and I cannot wait to see you all so soon.
Thank you, Andrea. You guys, we still have not even arrived at Momentum. Okay, so you've arrived. Hopefully you've checked in at this point. We're going to walk you through, let's walk through the rest of Tuesday. Wrap your brain around that. We haven't even actually officially started Momentum. But on Tuesday, here's really cool. If you're a man and you don't live out of the country, you can go get a drink real quick, because we have 2 opportunities for you guys on Tuesday if you're a woman or an international. The first thing is the Women in Radio Party. So we want you to check in, and then you can head right over on that Tuesday to the Women in Radio Party. This year, we're going to have special guests, Tasha Layton and Laura Story. They're going to be kicking things off at 8:30 p.m., followed by lots of networking and fun. You're going to leave with new friends and gifts like Tasha's latest EP and Laura's newest book. This is for all women. Any connection to it, you work in it, listen to it, are married to it, service music for it, you are welcome, and we hope to see you there. Then we also have broadcasters from all over the world that are joining us. Last year, we had representatives from over, I think, 10 countries. And our hope is to make them feel welcome and get to know each other through the international gathering. That happens on Tuesday, September 3rd from 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Okay, I think we can wrap up Tuesday. Woo! Moving on, we're going to go day by day, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's jam-packed all 3 days. But before we do, there are some things that happen throughout Momentum, Wednesday through Friday. So here to tell you more about that is Miss Carrie Kate Stockman. Woo!
Thanks, Britt. We have something every day that you have asked for, and thanks to KSBJ, we are able to provide it this year. You know, we always start with devotions every morning because we want to kick off Momentum with the right tone, but even the Lord understands that we need a cup of coffee before we can really focus on His Word. Just kidding. Send any complaint emails to Michelle at cmbonline.org for my sarcasm. But thanks to KSBJ, you can grab that cup of coffee and engage with the Word. John Hull does a fantastic job of teaching the Word and gathering us in prayer. If you've never gone to the devotions, I would highly encourage you to do that, because it's a great way to get started and just, like I said, set the right tone for the day. Then each day, we're going to have main stage speakers for our education. One thing I love about Momentum, and like Brittany, I started coming as an attendee, then joined the leadership team, and I'm now on staff. Education is the highlight of this conference. We attend other conferences, and so we see how things are done in other places. And that's one of my favorite things about the way we do things, is that we're focused on educating you, because it's all about how do we grow to 50 million listeners every week listening to Christian music radio. So we work out of three buckets for education: encourage, engage, and equip. All these speakers that you see on your screen, you can also find on our website. They fall into one of those categories. James Cridlin is a radio futurologist. He's someone we have looked to have for years and finally got him. He's coming from Australia to speak. Sydney Finkelstein is going to speak on leadership. And then we have lots of other people there. Judd Wilhite, you know, as a great encourager, and he's a fantastic speaker. So we're really excited about the main stage speakers that are happening each day. Brittany?
Hey, Carrie Cates. I didn't know if you were going to cover every speaker or not. There's a ton. Look at them. They're amazing. Okay, hopefully the men are back from getting a drink or whatever they're needing. We're going to go ahead and dive in. Here we go. Y'all ready? Wednesday. All right, new this year, we're starting Wednesday morning. Check-in is going to open again for anyone that did not do it on Tuesday night, bright and early at 7:30 a.m. So if you didn't check in, you're going to need to come and do that. Again, you can't do anything without checking in first. We're also going to have a light continental breakfast from 7:30 to 9 a.m. near the registration area. The first thing on the docket after that is the Welcome in 101. If this is your first time to Momentum, make sure to mark your calendars for the Momentum Welcome in 101 on Wednesday, September 4th at 8 a.m. It's one of the first things happening and a great way to see what's in store throughout the conference and begin connecting with others. Next thing on the list is the Momentum Kickoff Party, which is a little bit new this year as well. Here to tell you more about that is Miss Michelle.
Hey, yes. So what we've done is we've taken this CMB town hall meeting and we've totally revamped it. So it's now our Momentum Kickoff Party. And so we're going to have a couple of our board members will be sharing on things that are issues facing our industry. We're going to be doing our voting for our 2 open board seats, plus just sharing a lot of information for you. One of the things I love to share is to give you an update on where we are on our weekly CUME. So as Carrie mentioned, we're trying to reach that 50 million listenership. And so we're close to 35 million. We'll see where it is this time in 2 months, right? And so we'll also talk about what Christian Radio's Net Promoter Score is, because we partner with Jacobs Media on the tech survey, and they are able to provide that information for us. If you don't know what the Net Promoter Score is, you will find out at this kickoff party. So we invite everybody to join us. I'm going to turn it back over to Britt. Actually, no, I'm going to turn it to you. Yes, I am.
Oh, hi. And I'm going to actually turn it over to Carrie because she's going to talk more about these workshops that we've been talking about that are so new this year, and we are super excited about it. So Carrie, tell us more.
We are super excited about this because it gives us even more education, which is our heart, like I mentioned. And this really comes from a team of people who gather every January, our leadership team, who look at survey results from you. They pull from their own experience as Momentum attendees and people working in Christian music radio for years, and put all this together and dream and pray. And Momentum Workshops is something brand new that we came up with for this year. You want to sign up when you register. So make sure that you get that done because it's going to be in a focused area. So they're each going to come on and tell you a little bit about different areas. Well, we have 6. There's production, leadership, promotions and social, music and programming, on air, and revenue. And revenue is going to cover whether you work in commercial radio or non-commercial radio. And if you're in leadership at a station, think about it this way. I have someone on my staff who is great at production, but I'd love to see what more they could do. Like maybe you have a new leader on your staff and you're like, how can I bring them to the next level? Momentum Workshops are a fantastic way to get them with peers in the industry and help bring them to the next level. So first, we want to bring on from the leadership team, Mr. Todd Stack, to talk about the production workshop. Todd?
Yeah, and I've been told that testosterone increases as this webinar goes on, and I must be the transition point here.
Oh,
I don't know what that means, but
good.
All right. If you want to take your stations, promos, and imaging to the strategic next level, this is the breakout session for you. You're going to see powerful, emotional script writing and the secret of how to take a phone call and improve the audio quality, as well as a story sequence. So this is going to be interactive. It's going to be collaborative. It's going to be a workshop type environment. And you'll hear some of the best minds in our format get into that right-brained creative space in order to make true theater of the mind. It's going to be fascinating. So Sterling Tarrant from KSBJ and InGen and Greg Murray from Mervox Voice Imaging are going to be your hosts. Both are super smart, and they're going to give you inspiration to go home and implement some ideas from this breakout session so that you can knock out the competition. That's it. That's all I got.
Thank you, Todd.
I brought props.
I can't wait to listen to your show on Way FM because that was so good. Next to talk about our leadership momentum workshop is someone who has been working in the industry for a lot of years, worked in radio, and is now working in live events with Compassion. Mr. Chris Farnsworth is going to talk about leadership. He's very familiar with the speakers for the leadership workshop because he's actually benefited from their instructions. So he'll give you a snapshot of what that's going to look like. Chris?
Hi, this is the workshop that I'm most excited about. I have had the opportunity to work with Michael Warden as my leadership coach for several years, and then the benefit of working through Michael Warden and Christina Bailey's culture training in my time at KSBJ. It was one of the things that helped me transition from the gruff tour manager, production manager, to the wonderful persona you all know now. But I can't say enough good things. It's going to be fun. They are going to give you some practical applications and some practical tools and about conflict. When you work with people every day that you love, and yet sometimes you feel like those are the very people that are stopping you from doing your job or preventing you from doing a good thing. This is absolutely life-changing. I can't say enough good things about it. It will not only help you in your professional life, but it'll help you in your personal lives, your families, your external friends. It's going to be an incredible workshop that you're not going to want to miss, and you're going to walk away with tools and practical things that will help you navigate conflict.
Thank you so much, Chris. I'm really excited about that too. Next up is promotions and social media, and here to tell you more about that from the leadership team is Scott Harold.
So we're going to do a Promo Ninjas Throwdown, Carrie. We're going to do it on Wednesday morning. We're going to get you up and early, but just imagine seriously, like if you could flow chart out your entire year of promotions and head home with the whole calendar, just kind of like plot it out through all the seasonal elements. It's going to be like a giant brainstorm with tons of creative people, you know, iron sharpening iron. And that's what we're going to be doing in the promo workshop. We'll dig into social media strategy as well. We're going to have an award-winning team of creative black belts like Jordan Smith from KSBJ and NGen and Carol Ellingson from Z88.3, who also has a really strategic social mind for the social media elements of the things that they've been doing. But we're not going to tell your boss who did all the work for you. So if you come to this, we'll make you look like a rock star. Seriously, bring a pen and paper because we're going to have a ton of notes. It's going to be like drinking out of a fire hose, and you'll walk away with a lot of tangible ideas, a lot of seasonal ideas you can take back to your city. And we'll talk about how you can take those raw ideas and connect them in a more deeper way for your listeners in regard to promotions and social.
That's awesome. Thank you, Scott. And it is all about us helping each other. So we love that Momentum gives you an opportunity to go back and look like a rock star. It's all about growing that listening audience at Christian Radio. So next up is music and programming. And here to tell you more about that is Mr. Matt Stockman.
Hey there. So I'm really excited about the music and programming workshop. This is a really great opportunity for you to hear from some really great speakers we've got lined up. Mike Couchman, who's doing incredible things in St. Louis, is a part of it. And you can see the rest of the people who are involved or going to be involved in the music and programming workshop at cmbonline.org. But imagine if you're somebody who's wanted to be a program director, or maybe you're an assistant program director or trying to maybe move up the ladder at your station, or even if you've been a PD and you've got some experience, it's always good to sort of look under the hood of the radio station and make sure that everything is working the way that it should be. And so that's what these workshops are all about. You're going to find something practical, a great takeaway, no matter where you find yourself on that program director spectrum. We're going to get into 10 things that you can do to impact your ratings. We're going to talk about your music tool belt, your research. We're going to get really granular about music song categories. How many songs is too many songs? How do you break out those songs into different categories? How do you schedule those clocks? How do you build the clocks? You know, all of that really granular music architecture stuff as well. Plus, we're going to talk about clock strategy, and then a lot of different, just really practical ways that I think more than anything are going to boost your confidence. So once the workshops are over, you know, there's a lot of parts to being a program director, and not everyone is great at all of those parts. So if you're lacking some confidence in one particular area, I think you're going to be able to walk away from the workshop thinking, I actually have some more confidence. I've got some practical ideas. I've got some stuff I can do at my radio station once the workshop is over. It's going to be very interactive, collaborative. Get ready to roll up your sleeves and get to work on some really great stuff. But make sure you get signed up for it. I think it's really, really going to impact your station in a real way.
Thank you, Matt. Confidence is a good word, and that is also something that is key to being on air. And there are a few people who know on-air talent better than Beth Bacall. So Beth is going to talk to you about the On-Air Momentum Workshop.
Hello. Thank you, Carrie. Hi, it's Beth Bacall. I am in Atlanta, Georgia right now, and I am so looking forward to Momentum. We have personal training sessions for personalities waiting at this on-air workshop. It is a personal training session where this is all about you. It's for you, so you can hear how you're being heard on the air, how you're being perceived on the air, and also it's about whose you are when you're on the air, which will actually translate to when you're not on the air as well. So this workshop is called Who Are You Really? Often we wear hats when we get on the air, right? I'm a mom, I'm a dad, I'm a husband, I'm a wife. There are so many amazing pieces to you that I don't know that talent always takes the time to kind of pull it out. Like, what else is there about you that would be so awesome to bless your listeners with? And we're also going to dive into the values you bring as an on-air personality. Like, what do you want to be known for? When you're on the air, you want people to think, oh yeah, that's that person that loves people really well. So we're going to look at your identity. We're going to also build a character profile. So this is going to be a workshop where, again, it's about you, nothing else but who your personality brings out on the air. We're going to complete that with a character profile. We're going to have a workshop that also brings about discussion, social media. We're going to do bits. And by the end, we want you to have a character profile that you can really, really use when you get back on the air that's going to complement what you've already been doing and also complement who you might work with on the air, off the air, if you're a podcaster, if you have interviews happening. And when you can really feel equipped with who you are on the air and also whose you are on the air, we believe that it's going to just elevate you into a whole new space. So please take this time for you, which will also help grow your voice on social media, which we will also add into this workshop. So come on. We're so ready for you. It is your time to take a personality training session at this on-air workshop at Momentum. Can't wait to spend time with you. Thanks.
So great. Thank you so much, Beth. That is, hearing you talk about it gets me even more excited for it. And remember, whether you are working at a station or in leadership, think of these workshops as a way of how can I get to the next level? So go talk to your PD and go, I want to grow. Would you please send me to this workshop at Momentum? Or think of those leaders or those people in your organization that you really want to see rise into leadership, and consider bringing them to Momentum and signing them up for a workshop. Last but not least, our grand finale for the Momentum workshops is revenue. And remember, whether you work in commercial radio or non-commercial radio, or you work at a 501c3 and you do fundraising, if you work with donors, whatever, this is going to apply to you. And to tell us more about that is Mr. Chris Lemke.
Hey there. Just a heads up that we have a really great speaker that's lined up for you, David Harms from Isaiah 58:10 Media. We all know that it's important for stations to create valuable long-term relationships with the biblical rationale for fundraising. That's right. God says it's okay to raise money. We're going to use the Core Values Index Assessment as a foundation to learn more about storytelling that motivates and inspires people for giving And then last but not least, it's not one, it's not two, it's not 3, 4, 5, or 6. It is 6.5 steps needed to turn listeners into donors. And so we're excited about that opportunity. We'd love for you to be there. Make sure that whether it's for underwriting or whether it's for sales, in any event, it's all about relationship. Yes, the money comes in when the relationships are forged first. And that's what we'll be focusing on in this exciting workshop.
Chris, thank you so much. As you can see, there's tons to be excited about for these Momentum workshops. New this year, sign up when you register at cmbonline.org. And now Miss Brittany Watley is going to carry us on through more of Momentum, because I think that's just Wednesday morning so far.
That's like halfway, not even there. And I feel like we should vote for your favorite workshop presentation, and we'll vote the lowest person off the island, AKA the leadership team. Just kidding. We're really thankful for each of them. So after the workshops, we're going to head to lunch. Everyone's favorite. This is our first networking lunch of the day, or of Momentum. So you'll go grab some food, and then we're going to start our first afternoon educational session all together in the ballroom. Our first speaker up is Mr. Mark Batterson. He has been one of the top requested speakers, I think, ever. I could be wrong. Michelle's probably like shaking her head right now, but he's a very top rated speaker. And so we're really excited to have him in that afternoon educational session. Once that afternoon educational session's over, we are going to conclude Wednesday with Momentum Worship, as you can see below. We're really excited this year. It's presented by Buckner International, and Momentum Worship is designed to set the tone for Momentum. That's why we do it on the first day. And this year's Momentum Worship will feature Natalie Grant and Charlotte Gamble from Dare to Be. Right after Momentum Worship, we're going to the park. We're not doing that on Friday. We're going to do that on Wednesday. And so we're going to hand out your Universal Islands of Adventure park ticket right after Momentum Worship. You have to be there in order to get your ticket, and you're going to get a little food gift card to be able to purchase some food, some fries or whatever, your nachos or whatever you like, at a turkey leg. I could name a lot, but I'm not. At the park that night. All of this is possible thanks to K-Love and Air One Radio. We are so appreciative of them being able to send us to the park to have fun. And again, don't forget, you have to be present to get yours. Okay, breather. Wednesday's done. I promise you're probably looking at the time like, how are they going to pull off Thursday and Friday? They're set up very similar, but I will say this is the halfway mark as far as like, if you have any questions and you've joined us later on, make sure to use that Q&A feature. We are going to answer them. We have a few of them we're answering as we go, and we're saving some for the very end. So make sure to get your questions in there. We're going to go right into Thursday. I'm going to bring back Carrie Cates, because one of the big things on Thursday that you're going to see are breakouts. You're not going to see those on Wednesday, but you will see those on Thursday. Carrie's going to tell us more about what to expect for those breakouts.
Yes, very excited about this too. As you can tell, education is a passion, not just for me, but for CMB. And we have some really great stuff planned. Now, as we get closer to Momentum, we'll start posting more details online. So you just kind of see those general speakers on the main stage online right now. But to give you a little sneak peek, on Thursday, a couple of the breakout sessions you'll have 6 rooms to choose from. Thanks to Dunham & Company for providing these sessions for you. They've been a great breakout speaker the past few years, and they always bring some education too. And if you know anything about Dunham & Company, you know that they have a reputation for helping stations grow and making a huge impact. They're smart people, they do great work, and they help stations. So they'll be presenting on both days. Also on Thursday, Coleman Research, also high reputation for helping stations grow. They're going to be talking to you about how you apply research to your station. So you do a research project, well then what do you do with that? How do you make the station better to actually see results? And also Paul Jacobs from Jacobs Media. Are you seeing the pattern of highly respected organizations and people who help radio grow? That's what we're all about. Paul Jacobs is going to be presenting the CMB Tech Survey on Thursday. That's just a couple. There will be more, so make sure you keep checking the website to find out more.
Hey, Carrie, now that you have a breath, do you want to tell them about the dinner that's on Thursday night, the keynote dinner?
Oh, yes, I would like to. I forgot about that one. So then... Guys, I'm really good at this. That's why I'm not on the air anymore. So Thursday breakouts, then Thursday keynote dinner. You know, this is a highlight of Momentum. We always have a sought after speaker And you see from last year, Shauna Nyquist was with Brant Hansen, fantastic session. This year, we've got Rich Wilkerson Jr., who is a known pastor out of Miami. He's actually very involved with a lot of the Christians in Hollywood. And so he's going to bring a great inspirational message to us Thursday night. And thanks to Operation Christmas Child, as always, for providing that fantastic Thursday night keynote dinner. Okay, Brittany, now it's back to you.
Yay, and you're doing awesome. Okay, we're going to wrap up Thursday night with more new, you guys. It's Momentum Celebrity Game Night. We're super excited about this. Have I said super excited about everything? Because I really am. But this is going to be really fun. We have already 30 plus artists that are going to be a part of this. So some people are like, oh, Momentum Mix, because this is replacing that. But it's not going to replace the artist interaction. So it's still going to be really fun. This year, Christian FM is going to be sponsoring our Celebrity Game Night, and we're going to have some really fun games featuring artists versus radio. So we'll finally see who's better at life at Celebrity Game Night. That's not true, but anyways. Okay, we're going to wrap up Thursday and head right into Friday. I'm going to bring Carrie back because we have more breakouts. And if you were like thinking, man, Carrie's talking really fast and I can't keep up with all these breakouts because there's so much that we've offered. Like she said, they're going to be on our website. They're going to be on our app, so you can pick which one, or you can strategically say, hey, if you're there with your coworkers, like you go to this one, I'll go to this one, and we'll compare notes or whatever you want to do. So here are your Friday breakouts.
Divide and conquer is a great way to approach the breakouts. So thanks for bringing that up, Brittany. Friday, a couple of highlights. Remember, Dunham & Company is presenting again, and they'll have great content as always. Also, one way to add revenue to your station that we don't necessarily think about all the time, or you may look at it and go, I don't know that we can pull that off, is live events. So Andrea Clyde from Boxer Poet, who has years of experience in radio, at a record label, artist management, she's going to talk to you about the best way to do those live events, who does them well, so that you can be successful with a bottom line of how do we add revenue to our mission at our station. Another Friday breakout is Brian Curie from Star in Cincinnati. This station has seen a lot of growth, done really well, has some great ratings, and he works in, he's really the expert in their digital department. So he's going to talk to you about digital data, what to look at, what you can learn from it, and then how you can apply that to grow your station. Not just your terrestrial signal, but your online presence as well, which we all know is really critical these days. So we're excited about that. And again, as Brittany mentioned, more of those as we get all the details in, those will be posted online. So make sure you check those out so you can plan ahead. And Brittany, back to you.
Thank you. And I'm actually going to throw it to Michelle because we're going to wrap up Momentum on Friday evening with the CMB Awards celebrating 10 years.
Yes, we are so excited because this will be really our closing big finale before the Acoustic Cafe, of course. But we get to celebrate stations and be able to announce our Station of the Year awards, our special awards, our Board of Director awards. This is a time for us to come together as a community and just celebrate one another and what God is doing through our incredible stations and the incredible people like you that make up our industry. So we're excited about what that's going to look like. And it's a great way for us just to put a little exclamation point on Momentum. So, but it's not really the final because Britt's going to tell you what's next.
The finale of this webinar and Momentum is the Acoustic Cafe. It is the crowd favorite. We're ending on a high note that evening, right after the awards. Everyone's going to be so excited and happy and like, yeah, go team. We're going to close it out thanks to Moody Radio, who's sponsoring the Acoustic Cafe. This is, if you've never seen it, it's really cool. There's 5 artists on one stage, and they share stories behind the songs. They interact. It's really a cool thing. And hot off the press, I don't even think we've ever even mentioned I don't think we have. We haven't even told anyone who's going to be at the Acoustic Cafe this year, but we're going to tell you. So get ready. The Acoustic Cafe is going to feature Pat Barrett, Jason Gray, Jamie Kimmett, Sidewalk Prophets, and Phil Wickham. We're super pumped, and we're really pumped to see you guys at Momentum this year.
Thanks so much, team. a couple last minute things for you, and then I'm going to get to the Q&A. Impossible is our theme, and our leadership team crafted this out of Ephesians, where, hey, nothing is impossible with God. And so we're going to take that and make the impossible possible. So be ready for that as you are thinking about momentum. Okay, here's some questions that have come about. One is, can an air talent go to a workshop meant for something other than on air? Absolutely. If you decide that you don't want to go to something specifically formatted for you, that's totally fine. You go to where you feel like is going to be best serving your needs on the workshop. So you will sign up when you register for Momentum for the workshop. And once you get there, you don't have to remember, because we'll make it super easy for you to know exactly where you need to go. Here's another one. This is my first Momentum. Very excited. My wife will be traveling with me, but not attending the conference. How much time we'll be able to spend together, and when we'll be able to enjoy the park together. And so if you're bringing somebody with you and you want them to go to with you to the park on Wednesday night, that's awesome. You just need to make sure to purchase a ticket for your +1 or plus however many. Now, if you are not staying on site, as Brittany mentioned, you will not have fast passes to the Islands of Adventure that night. But if you are staying, then you will have that, it will be on your hotel card. So, but you will be able to go to the park that night, but then also check out the schedule, and you can see what the flow is, so that you can kind of figure out when you'll be able to spend time together. We're pretty much done most nights by, or at least on Thursday and Friday by 9 o'clock. And so just know that evenings, people love to network and hang out together, and we want to make sure to honor and respect that. And so next question, when is Mark Batterson speaking? Mark is going to speak first thing on Wednesday in our main ballroom. He'll kick off our educational component where we're all together on Wednesday afternoon. Next question, what's the attire? Hey, you can wear whatever you want to wear, just so that you can feel good about it, I guess. So, and be morally correct. But you can really, it's just we're hanging out, having fun. Somebody may cut off your tie if you wear a tie, but make sure that you're comfortable. Sometimes it's a little chilly in the convention room, and so bring a jacket if you feel like you might have that needs. As far as gluten-free meals, somebody asked about that. Just make sure you let Andrea at cmbonline.org know that you have a food allergy or whatever that looks like, and she'll make sure that we let the chefs know, because we want to make sure that everybody feels comfortable where you are. So next question, I'm already registered, but I haven't registered for a mentor. Totally fine. Just again, email Andrea. She'll add you to our mentee list, because we want to make sure that your experience at Momentum is awesome. So how early can I pick up my registration badge on Tuesday? We're open from 7 to 9. So check in anytime. In fact, it's probably easiest if you go ahead and do that. That way you don't have to get up earlier on Wednesday, and you can join us for devotions and coffee first thing that morning. Women in Radio, where is it this year? So we've had it at different places every year. This year we're going to be in the Royal Pacific Resort Convention Center, specifically in the Coral Sea. So we have got a room on site that's close to registration. So all you'll need to do is register, and then just walk, I don't know, a couple feet over, and you'll be able to see the Women in Radio party. So I think that that's pretty much all the questions. We do have an FAQ page on our website that you can go and check out for anything else, or feel free to email us. We're here for you, because at the end of the day, we want you to have an incredible Momentum experience, and that's what we continue to pray for. So I think that's it. Let me close us in prayer. God, thank you for every single person that's here. We just ask, Lord, that we all feel so great about Momentum, that we know that great things are going to happen. We continue to pray that. And God, I just ask that you would bless every person that's here in their role at their station or at their organization, that they would continue to serve you and your kingdom incredibly well. In your name, amen. Hey, we'll see you guys in 2 months. Thanks for joining us today.